What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I want to go ahead and break down the square swing trade that I opened yesterday into today and closed up for about 100% profit. As we saw over the last few weeks, Square was pushing higher and it hit a very important supply rejection. We started to see Square struggle at that supply as well as the 100 SMA, and using those technical factors, I took a Square put option, held it into today, and we saw a very nice rejection off this level. I want to break down the technicals behind this trade. I'm not going to get so much into the profits, into everything that I made, but I really want to focus in on what happened on the chart, what happened in the technicals that made me want to go ahead and take this setup, because this is happening quite a bit. And after we look at the Square trade, I'm going to show you 3 more charts that look very similar to Square that could see more downside. Now, quick disclaimer with the could see more downside part, we do have CPI tomorrow, which could totally invalidate technical analysis. And this is part of the reason why I did close up my Square swing trade today. I do believe Square could have more downside in a normal environment without CPI, but when we have a large macroeconomic event, I always like to protect myself and take the risk off the portfolio. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to come hang out in the pre-market live streams where we talked about this Square trade before it happened, broke down the chart before it happened. It's a great place to see what I'm looking at. Get ready for your morning, analyze some charts with me to prepare for your trading day. So let's go ahead and start this video off with the Discord chat open. This is where I post all of my swing trades. I give you updates and sort of analysis behind the trade. And this is what I was writing for Square yesterday as I started to get interested in this position. So around 1:22 p.m. yesterday, I was looking at Square to the downside. My reasoning behind this trade was, first of all, the 100 SMA rejection, as well as the supply rejection above, which we will look at in the actual charts. I just wanted to show you that around 122 is when I started to get interested in this play. Around 141 is when I actually entered my position. I got in pretty small. I was worried about CPI tomorrow. I was also worried about a pretty choppy market. So I did sort of take my foot off the pedal here, scaled down, took about a $500 position, and I really went far out of the money looking for a pretty drastic move to the downside. I'm looking for a large percentage point return with a small monetary risk. So if I'm wrong in this position, if the market just chops around, if the price action is pretty sporadic due to an upcoming macroeconomic event, I didn't want to put too much money on the line here. But if this trade worked in my favor, going far out of the money, I knew that I could get a pretty high percentage point return for a small monetary risk. And that is sort of exactly what happened. So I got into some Square August 12th $80 puts. You can see that was pretty far to the money at the time. It was about $8 to $10 out of the money because I was looking for a price target of around $80, which is pretty much exactly what we hit today, which has ended up being a very nice call. Not the best contract for a small movement, right? Noting that this is not the best contract if we just get a small $1 to $2 downside. Far out of the money contracts need a large percentage point move to the downside to appreciate as you would like. At the money, slightly in the money is much better if you are looking for small scalps, looking for small movements. In this situation, I was looking for a nice downside move towards that $80 level. So I can say I am looking for these to go in the money, looking for low monetary risk, high percentage point return. A better contract would likely be the 85 put if we are trading, if we're scalping it or something like that. But I do believe that we should trade down to 80 in this situation, and that is sort of what happened today. So I was using the previous supply and the 100 SMA as my stop around $92 a share. Here were my contracts. I bought them for 86 cents each. I bought 5 of them, so just a little bit shy of $500 in this position. So if I pull up the charts, here were the charts that I shared before. This is what it looked like previously before we went ahead and got into it. That's sort of what the chart looked like. We were looking at the rejection of the 100 SMA and the previous supply. So now, as you can see, where I went ahead and got into that position, let's go ahead and do some analysis in the post-mortem. Here is Square, guys, and here is what it looks like as of close today. We closed around $80 or $81.13 with a low of just around $79.95. So we're about 5 cents below that $80 price target. I did take my profits on this at about 100% today. I'll go ahead and pull up the TradeZilla after the fact so we can see the actual trade in TradeZilla, and I can break down the statistics for you. Back to the charts. Why did I take this trade, right? It was pretty easy. It was pretty easy and sort of defined setup. It was a supply rejection at a previous supply, right here, previous supply, and a previous supply. We can see in the past we have rejected this level 3 times. This was back in May, back in mid-May and back in late May into June. We had a triple top right at around that $90 per share move. Now, over the last few days and after earnings, you can see Square ran up to that $90 level again. Now, here's the key point of this video. Here's what I really want to get across in this video. When do you enter? When is your entry starting to become valid? You don't just enter the second it gets into that level. You don't just enter because it got into supply and now my entry point is there. That would be you entering without much confirmation, without any confirmation that that level is actually starting to show rejections. What I noticed over Friday and into Monday of this week was that we had some very clear wicks on the upside of these daily candles. If I zoom into this chart, you can clearly see the wicks that were formed on the upside of these two daily candles. That gave me some confidence. Okay, now we're at least seeing that that rejection is starting to come in. Now we're getting a little bit of an idea that there is definitely some pressure above, that Square might not want to go ahead and push through this previous supply. This wick right here and this wick right here, two daily candle wicks showing that there is a lot of pressure above at that supply level right here around that $90. On top of that, the cherry on top was that the 100 SMA was right above it, acting as resistance as well, and that would be a very nice area to stop out of this position. If I am wrong in this position, if Square goes back above the 100 SMA, then my trade idea is invalidated, and the risk to reward was pretty solid. I get in around this $90, I risk about 2 points up to the 100 SMA. If I'm right, we have some very nice downside towards these previous lows of around $80 per share. I was using the psychological $80 per share as my first price target, which also, if I go ahead and point this out, were some previous support levels, previous demand from back in May as well. So that 80 price target was exactly where we hit, around 79.95. So you guys can see I entered yesterday. Yesterday was the first red day and the first clear rejection of this supply. We had a rejection on Friday, and yesterday on Monday, we had a very clear rejection, red candle to the downside, confirming that we had that clear rejection at the supply in the 100 SMA, and that is what gave me the confidence to swing trade it into today. So I quickly want to break this down to the hourly and give you a little bit more detail here as to what this price action looked like. Here on Thursday, you guys can see a very clear rejection. We had earnings on Thursday. We tried to get above 90 on earnings, and we failed that push. We tried to get back above it on Friday. We pushed back into it. And once again, you can see we failed on that push past 90. We pushed into it again yesterday on Monday, and we failed that push once again. Now, after I saw yesterday that we have failed this level 3 times in a row, and on top of that, we had the 100 SMA above, keeping this stock lower, that is what gave me my confirmation. So I got in here around yesterday, around 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:20, got into that trade right around here, looking for that downside, looking for that swing trade back to that $80 price target. Nice swing trade, off supply, off the 100 SMA. This is the power of using these supply levels, especially in this weak market that we are in, using previous supply levels that you've seen in the past, maybe over the last 6 months, over the last year, over the last few months, seeing if a stock gets back into it. Does it start to show a rejection again? And can I use that level as a trade with the stop above, with a nice risk to reward back to the downside? This set up beautifully on Square. And now I want to quickly show you guys a few more names that are looking very similar to Square. So the first one I want to show you is Roku. Roku, if I go to the daily chart, you guys can see we had a previous support level around this $82 level. Right here, previous support, previous support, previous support. Very clear on the Roku daily chart. We came back into it after filling this gap, and today we are starting to show signs of a rejection. So, does Roku have more downside here after coming back into this level, previous demand, turning into supply, a little break and retest back into this level, starting to reject it? Does Roku continue lower? That's going to be a question for CPI tomorrow. If it wasn't for CPI, I would be all over this trade on a swing trade. I did day trade it today. You guys in the Discord chat saw that, but I closed it because I didn't really want to hold through CPI. However, if it wasn't for CPI tomorrow, I would be all over this swing trade using this $85 level as my stop loss and looking for that downside after coming back into this previous demand. The next one that looks very similar is Google. Google is another stock that has recently pushed into its previous supply. right here, you can see Google back into supply and is starting to show a rejection. So does Google move to the downside like it has in the past, back into supply, just like Square did, coming back into supply and rejecting it once again? The last one that I want to show you, which I'm a little bit less confident on, but is starting to set up a similar pattern, is Apple. You can see Apple has rejected here at 166.50, rejected here at 166.50, and is now starting to show some pretty clear rejections at 166.50 again. So as of right now, guys, the main thing that I have been watching in this market is what stocks have pushed higher and what stocks are starting to hit previous supply levels. Square was one of them. I got that trade. I got a nice 100% off of it. Roku is another one that I'm definitely watching, that I did day trade today. Didn't have the confidence to swing trade it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Google is another one that I did take a loss on because I got a little chopped up on that supply rejection, but it's something that is still setting up and something I am still watching. And Apple is another one that is setting up. The only way I would take Apple is that if the market gets really weak here post CPI, then I think Apple is a good candidate off this supply rejection as well. So guys, I hope that this video on Square, this swing trade that I did open yesterday into today for 100%, gives you some insight as to what I was watching, why I took this position, the very clear rejections at previous supply, as well as that 100 SMA holding the stock down. There is a lot of stocks that are hitting supply as we speak right now that could start to see some downside if we see some type of negative print or negative reaction to CPI. If that starts to set in and the market starts to come back down, you want to be the person that is focused on the stocks that are sitting at previous supply, because those ones are going to have the best risk to reward to the downside. If you enjoyed today's video, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.